Hi everyone, this is LuxDose, and today I'm going to show you how to configure my Rogue WeakAuras that I just made. They're available for free. You can get them down in the link in the description below. So let's get started. First, you're going to need WeakAura. Yeah, I know, right? So WeakAura is an add-on for World of Warcraft. You can get the latest version, which is going to work for pre-patch right now, but also it's going to be updated for BFA, so no issue there. And the WeakAuras that I made are available and working for all of them, for pre-patch and beta. So let's get starting to configure them. It's actually pretty easy. So I made a small paste bin with the 6 group that you need to import. You don't need to import all of them, so this is you can customize everything. This is just a small working module that you can import and have fun with. So we're going to start with the Rogue rotation, which is the most important one. So you can just simply Control-A, Control-C to make sure that you select everything and copy it. Go back into WoW, paste it into Import, click Import. There you go. It's all imported. This one contains the rotation for all 3 specs, so you're going to get Assassination, Subtlety, and Outlaw, all built into one group. Then we're going to go to the Rogue Resources. Control-A, Control-C, New, Import, Import. This is going to be standard energy bar and combo point. You're going to also be using the 5 and 6 combo point instead, not instead, but I mean if you're using Deeper Stratagem. There you go. I'm searching for my words. Okay, Rogue Specifics. Okay, this one is a weird name. That's because I didn't know what to call it. This is basically just roll the bones, and if you're Outlaw, and Deadly Poison, which is going to light up if you don't have it when entering combat. This is just a simple reminder. We're going to go with Interrupts. So this is very useful for Mythic Plus and PvP. So this is going to be a simple bar showing you what tools you have available to do some interrupts. So you have Blind, Gouge, Between the Eye, Kidney, and Kick. Let's go back. Rogue Cooldowns. I'm going to go ahead and import those. I think I'm missing one. I'm going to go back. Okay. So these are going to be your Rogue cooldowns. So this is just going to be Vendetta, Nightblade, Adrenaline Rush, Vanish, Mark for Death. Okay, so am I missing one? Rotation, that's good. Specific, that's good. So I'm just going to check on those. I'm missing my utilities, my Rogue utilities. So I'm just going to paste those in, import, and we're done. This is everything you got to do. You now have all my WeakAuras for Rogue. But I'm going to show you how they work and how to configure them for every single spec, so you can put them to your likings. So when you're out of combat, you only see your energy bar and your combo points and all the utilities. This is for a simple reason. When I'm in stealth or something, I want to see if my sprint is on cooldown, if I can feint, or if I can shroud. This is pretty simple. This is something I don't just need to see in combat. I need to see it all the time, mostly. You could say the same thing for interrupts and everything, so that's going to be customizable. You can do anything you want. I'm going to show you how to configure those later on. So we're going to go in combat real quick. There we go. Okay, we're in combat. So the rotation bar is showing up. Cooldowns, DPS cooldowns are showing up for Assassination. And interrupts available for Assassination also. The way that I do things is if an icon is glowing, there's a good chance you should be using it on cooldown. Again, this is going to change, and this can be configured to your likings or to your spec requirement. So, for example, right now, as Assassination, I should be applying Garrote, and I should be applying Rupture, and I should probably be using Toxic Blade and Vendetta. And I can keep doing with my normal rotation. And as soon as I need to reapply my 2 main dots, so I need to reapply Garrote, it's going to light up. And it's going to tell you when you can safely reapply Rupture, which is right now. So that's just it. It's very easy to use. So right now I'm tracking the first row. So if you're Elaborate Planning, you're going to see Elaborate Planning being tracked up. This is going to be the same thing if I pick Blindside as soon as I go out of combat. So blindside. So I now have blindside in my WeakAuras. I can reapply Rupture, Garrote, Toxic Blade, and as soon as blindside is available, it's gonna light up and glow and let you know that you should probably press it on cooldown. Okay, so this row is done. What I did also is I put, for example, if you have a passive WeakAura, so like Master Poisoner, a passive talent, sorry, it's just gonna show up in gray. The only reason I did this is so I don't have a hole right in the middle of my WeakAuras. And it's actually nice for streamer. If people are asking you what spec are you playing, they can easily see that you're playing Master Poisoner and not anything else in this row, actually. So that's good. Okay. It's going to apply for also the 90 row. So if you're playing Venom Rush, it's going to show Venom Rush icon instead of Toxic Blade. And it's also going to work with the Exsanguinate. Like the same thing for the last row for Assassination. So I'm going to track Poison Bomb. It's not really useful, but it's nice. You can communicate that information with your tank if a Poison Bomb ever drops. I'm also going to track Hidden Blade and Crimson Tempest. I'm not making Crimson Tempest glow when it's time to reapply because this is situational. This is not something you always want to press on cooldown. This is very situational, so that's just to keep track of it. So if you're targeting something in AoE and it doesn't have Crimson Tempest, there is a good chance you need to reapply it. Same thing for Hidden Blade. So I'm going to keep track of how many stacks you have. And if you hit max stack, then you probably need to spend them and do a Fan of Knife. So that's pretty much it for Assassination. Assassination is really straightforward. We're going to move on with Subtlety. All the interrupts, cooldown, resource combo is pretty much the same for every single spec. It's just that I'm tracking different cooldowns and rotation. So Subtlety is a bit weird. Maybe I'll work on it. I don't know, but so far I like what I'm doing with Subtlety. So pretty much everything is always important to press on cooldown. So I like you need to apply your Nightblade, you need to apply this and Dance. So right now, there's nothing you need to press except maybe Shadow Technique if you're spec'd into it. And you can just spam your Eviscerate. So right now, this is the part where this depends on you. So if you're targeting something, there is a good chance that you need to apply Nightblade. You just hit max stack with Shadow Dance, so you need to spend one because you're losing charge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just showing you what's important to spend because otherwise you're losing DPS. So yeah, the rest is you still have to make some decisions on whether or not it's a good thing. If you feel like this is not quite how you want to play it, or if the spec changed for some reason, or if you have different needs, you can always customize it. That's the good thing. So for example, if you don't want Nightblade to glow when it's on when you need to refresh it, you can actually just go to the conditions on Nightblade on target, and you can say you can remove this condition. You can simply say don't tell me when to refresh it, and you can also go into missing, and when it's missing, don't glow. Just don't glow. You can do this for every single one of them if you think the glow is maybe too aggressive or something. It's just something nice that I like to have, because yeah, at the start, like the 4 buttons are glowing. I know this is a bit much, but you know, when you're doing your actual rotation, it's actually nice because you can track what's coming off cooldown, what you need to do. So right now I know that I'll need to reapply Nightblade. Good, that's done. I'm hitting max stack on Shadow Dance, so I need to use it. Good, that's done. So that's pretty much it. I can use this because it's telling me that it's off cooldown. You know, you just adapt to it, and you'll see that it's going to go nicely. So most of these WeakAuras are actually being triggered when you have a target. If you don't have a target, these are not going to show. That's just so you don't get clustered too much with but most of the time, I mean, you should be attacking something. So also depends if you're in combat or not. Outlaw doesn't have a lot of rotational tracking, so most of it is gonna go down with your free pistol shot that you can track, which is gonna light up whenever It's already going to light up in your interface, but this is a bit low in your screen, so this is much closer to where your eyes are going to look at during an encounter or doing PvP or whatever. So it's just easier to see when you can use your free pistol shot. The same way that Assassination and Subtlety are built, I'm going to track Ghostly Strike. So if I pick Ghostly Strike, because right now it's Weapon Master, so you could see the Weapon Master icon, which is going to go Ghostly Strike. So it's telling me that I need to press it because this is mostly a cooldown based that you need to press on cooldown. So I'm just going to cast it. It's giving me the tracking of the debuff. So right now there's 5 seconds remaining. As soon as it's going to run off, it's going to let me know that it's on cooldown. There's about 20 seconds left before I can use it again. So if I go Weapon Master or Quick Draw, the icon is going to get replaced. Then I'm tracking my Blade Flurry. So I'm tracking the amount of stack left and if it's active. So this is a bit different. So it's going to glow when it's active to let you know that you can start bursting DPS. So you can do some massive cleave. So then it's going to go back to showing you the next charge is going to be in 9 seconds, but you still have 1 left. So that's pretty good. This is always going to stay there because you always have access to Blade Flurry as Outlaw. The next one is going to be the last row. So it's going to be either Blade Rush or Killing Spree. The only reason I'm putting Killing Spree in the main tool is just so I don't have a hole right in here. If you want, you can add it to the main cooldown WeakAuras. I'm still going to maybe tweak that. You know, it's still a work in progress. I just wanted to make a video to show you how to configure them and start using them right away so I can get feedback and adjust them. The last row is going to be Loaded Dice, Alacrity, and Slice and Dice. The reason why the last row is not here, because it's first in the talent row, is just because it lined it up perfectly with where I put it as a Subtlety. So if you're picking Loaded Dice and you press Adrenaline Rush, it's going to let you know that you have the Loaded Dice buff that is going to give you 2 Roll the Bones. Same thing for Alacrity. It's going to show you how many stacks you have and when it's going to fall off. And Slice and Dice is going to be tracked here if you picked this talent. So that's pretty much it. Now for the Roll the Bones. So this is going to be the Rogue specific WeakAuras that is going to pop up. So we're just going to go build the 5 combo point. And I'm going to use Roll the Bones. So my buff are going to show up right up here. So I have my 4-piece right now from Taurus. So I'm going to try and get some more roning out. Okay, I'm not getting any. That's okay. Okay, I'm really not getting any. Whatever. All your Roll the Bones are just gonna pop up there, and you're gonna be able to see them. This is where you can start to customize and have fun with the WeakAuras. Is that if you decide, because right now I didn't add anything to it because we still don't know for sure what the best Roll the Bones are going to be. But if, for example, if it's a bit like Current Legion, right now, for example, you're trying to fish for Grand Melee and Ruthless, I think, for BFA. So, and like back in pretty much all of Legion, it was True Bearing. So, for example, if you want to make sure that you track for Grand Melee and Ruthless, what you can do is you can put Glow for Grand Melee and Ruthless Glow. What this is going to do is as soon as you roll the bone, oh shit, you got one of your good buff that you're trying to get. If you roll and you're not getting lucky, so example, if the roll is either Ruthless, either Grand Melee, or either 2, well, this is not fulfilling this requirement. So you can roll the bone again. Good, you got 1 glowing, which means you can keep doing DPS and you don't have to roll the bone for another good 40 seconds. So this is how you can customize it and adjust it to whatever your gear is currently at or whatever the spec is currently at or working around. So this is how it's configured. So I'm just going to leave it at not glowing so we can customize it later on when it's needed. So I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you guys are wondering how you can customize furthermore, or you have feedback, just leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be reading them. and I'll be updating this specific WeakAuras set, and I'm just gonna put any updates that I do directly into the paste bin, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated whenever I update it, so you guys can make sure to import it again and have the latest change in your WeakAuras add-on. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, you can subscribe to my channel, you can like this video, and you can leave a comment if you have any feedback. Thanks again for watching, and good luck in BFA. So you open WeakAuras by typing /WA, and you get into WeakAuras. And then I'm getting ganked alive. That's amazing. Holy shit. This is insane. This is fucking Tosin. Holy shit. Is this fucking for